Psychology says something very specific about people who don't celebrate their birthday, and most people get it completely wrong. This has nothing to do with being cold, broken, or emotionally distant. In fact, it often means the opposite. Have you ever noticed these people? When their birthday arrives, there's no rush of excitement, no hidden expectation, no checking their phone to see who remembered. It's as if their birthday is a private appointment between them and time itself. Not because they don't want to be seen, not because they don't care, but because somewhere along the way, they learned something uncomfortable. Tying your emotional balance to a single day is a fragile way to live. If this already feels familiar, this video is about you. Some people stop celebrating their birthday after life teaches them that the most meaningful moments rarely arrive with noise. Instead of waiting for congratulations, they wait to understand themselves a little more. People who treat their birthday like an ordinary day are often the ones who no longer lose themselves in the expectations of others. This video is not about happiness or sadness. It's about psychological maturity, about people who became calm not because they want nothing, but because they know exactly what they no longer want. Here's where psychology becomes very clear. Many of these people share a rare skill, one that strongly predicts long-term mental health. They can regulate their emotions without outsourcing them to the outside world. Psychological autonomy means your sense of well-being is not handed over to the calendar, not dependent on messages, not fragile in the face of silence. They wake up on their birthday, and before the world tells them anything, they listen inward, not to judge, not to perform, just to notice. In psychology, this is called an internal locus of control. It means I am okay, even if today passes quietly. Someone who stands on their own is less wounded by the absence of attention. That's why birthdays aren't emotional tests for them. They don't measure love by dates. They don't weigh relationships by a single day. And no, this calmness is not emotional numbness. It's emotional understanding. But here's an uncomfortable truth. For some people, this mindset didn't come from choice. It came from necessity. Many of them grew up earlier than they were supposed to, not because they wanted to, but because life demanded it. They learned early that applause is not guaranteed, that presence is not promised, that expectations often lead to disappointment. So they adapted. In developmental psychology, this is known as early confrontation with reality. Not cruel, just real. Over time, they stopped chasing excitement and started chasing meaning. For them, a birthday isn't about numbers. It's about distance traveled, about transformation, not repetition. Instead of asking, "How old am I now?" they asked, "How much closer am I to myself?" Some people perform life. Others experience it. And this is where the difference shows. For these people, not everything real needs to be witnessed. In their silence, there is awareness. In their simplicity, there is depth. A birthday isn't a display of joy. It's a pause, a quiet pause to check in with themselves. In meaning-centered psychology, this reflects a life direction that flows from the inside outward, not the other way around. When your inner world feels full, the outside doesn't need to be loud. These people didn't borrow their sense of security from others. They built it. Often during moments when no one came, no one stayed, and they had no choice but to hold themselves together. That's why they feel offended less often. Not because they lack emotion, but because they understand something critical. Chronic resentment is often a hidden form of emotional dependency. They expect less, not because they deserve less, but because excessive expectation means handing your peace to someone else. In attachment psychology, This reflects secure attachment, closeness without clinging, love without fear. A secure person doesn't lend their happiness to someone who might later demand it back. If someone remembers their birthday, they smile out of appreciation. If no one does, they don't question their worth. They have boundaries, not walls. Boundaries. People who treat their birthday as an ordinary day often reach a stage of identity development where self-worth is sustained internally. Attention becomes extra light, not fuel. Praise is welcomed, not required. Their silence is not emptiness, it's integration. They no longer need to announce themselves because their existence requires no validation. And when worth is no longer tied to being seen, invisibility no longer feels like loss. Now pause for a moment and notice something important. People like this rarely chase attention. They don't force connection. They don't try to impress. And yet others are often drawn to them. Presence invites presence. If this video described you, you're not alone, and you're not rare by accident. In the comments, write just one word, calm, if this felt familiar. Sometimes that's enough to be seen.